Hi students, happy morning to all. Welcome to 7th standard video. Today we are going to learn about poem Courage. Term 3, Unit 2, poem Courage. Okay students, this video is the continuation of the last video. Okay students, shall we move? So already we had seen about the poet Edgar Albert Guest. Now come to the poem. Courage. Courage isn't a brilliant dash, a daring deed in a moment's splash. It is an instantaneous thing, born of despair with a sudden spring. It isn't a creature of flickered hope or the final tug at a slipping rope, but it's something deep in the soul of man that is working always to serve some plan. That is working always to serve some plan. So courage, what is meant by courage? Brave. Brave. See the pictures. See the pictures. You know who are they? You know Mahatma Gandhi ji. We never forget him because he had a courage. He had courage for getting freedom. Strength does not come from winning. Your struggles develop your strengths. When you go through hardships and decide not to surrender, that is strength. So courage, strength. The poem Courage says that courage is the strength. Courage isn't a brilliant task. Strength isn't a brilliant task. A daring deed in a moment's flash. A daring. Braveness. It is an instantaneous thing. Instantaneous means happening or done immediately. Happening or done immediately. So when you have strength, you will do anything. You will do anything immediately. Born of despair with a sudden spring. It isn't a creature of flickered hope or the final tug at a slipping rope. So born of despair. It's a sudden, it's with a sudden spring. And it's a creature of flickered hope. Flickered means shown unsteadily. Or the final tug at a slipping rope. But it's something deep in the soul of man that is working always to serve some people. So strength, courage is the strength that helps us to stand up when it is easy to fall down and lose hope. Courage is the desire. Courage is the desire to maintain our integrity when we are tempted to choose the other way. But it's something deep in the soul of man. Okay? It's working always to serve some people. So courage isn't a brilliant task, a daring deed in a moment's flash. It is an instantaneous thing, born of despair with a sudden spring. It isn't a creature of flickered hope or the final tug at a slipping rope, but it is the something deep in the soul of man that is working always to serve some people. Have you understood? Okay, now second stanza. Courage isn't the last resort in the work of life or the game of sport. It isn't a thing that a man can call at some future time when he is apt to fall. If he hasn't now, he will have it not when the strain is great and the pace is hard. For who would strive for a distant goal must always have courage within his soul. So, courage is in the last resort. So, it is the power to move forward. Courage is in the last resort in the work of life or the game of sport. So, courage is the important, strength is the important in the work of life or the game of sport. It isn't a thing that a man can call at some future time when he is apt to fall. So, courage is the strength that helps you to stand up when it is easy to fall down and lose hope. If he hasn't it now, he will have it not when the strain is great and the pace is hot. For who would strive? If he hasn't it now, he will have it not. So, courage is the will that saves us even when we feel others can do it better than us. For who would strive? Strive means make great effort for a distant goal. If you have a courage, if you have a strength, you will make anything. If you have a courage, you will make anything. And who would strive? Who would make great effort for a distant goal? Must always have courage within his soul. Must always have courage within his soul. It is the recognition that no one is perfect. So, courage is the power to step forward and lead a group when it is easier to be in a group. Courage isn't a brilliant task. So, strength is the strength. Without strength, we can't do anything. Okay, we daring it in a moment's plus. It is the instant things that we can. If you have a courage, we will do anything immediately. Born or despair with a sudden spring, it isn't a creature of flickered hope, flickered, shone, and steadily. So it's courage is the power, courage is the strength. Okay, courage is the strength that help us to stand up. Courage is in the last resort in the work of life or the game of sport. Last resort. Strength is the last resort in the work of life or the game of sport. It isn't the think. It is the thing that a man can call at some future time. It's apt to fall. That courage is the strength that helps you to stand up when it is easy to fall down and lose hope. When the strain is great and the pace is hot, for who would strive for a distant goal? Must always have courage within his goal. We must have courage with our whole. Okay, students, I hope you have understood. Thank you for watching my video. Next two stanza I will explain in the next class. Thank you. Have a nice day.